Hello Royals, and welcome to a new episode of Path to Kingdom. I want to first congratulate you for investing in yourself, because when you spend time into investing in learning, into investing into things that will actually progress your life forward, this is when your life progresses forward. It's not because just we want it, it's not because we dream about it. Life is not, the dreams that we have in our lives, it's not gonna just fall into our laps, unfortunately. When we were kids, things used to happen this way. Our parents would sometimes, if they're amazing, they would bring us what we need, they would take care of us, we're hungry, they'll bring us food, we need X, Y, or Z, and they'll bring it to us. Sometimes we grow up and we don't learn that our way of obtaining things in life should also change as well and should grow with us as well. Things do not fall in our laps anymore. We have to go and get it. In fact, we have people who depend on us for us to drop these blessings into their lap. So we've spoken about the psychology of growth, the psychology of achievement. We talked about clarity. If you want anything in life, to just really be clear what it is that you really want. Because if we seek things without it being clarity, it's very hard for our brain. It becomes foggy, it kind of goes into overdrive, it spends a lot of energy, it doesn't get anywhere, it's kind of like swimming in the dark. So when we align our vision, when we align our psychology, when we try to elevate our emotional state, the fuel that is going to take us from A to B, now we are set. We are talking today a little bit about the mechanics. Let's go a bit practical today. I want to share with you today about a method that I love. It's called the RPM method. It's a tool that's created by Tony Robbins, and it is an achievement tool. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'll explain to you. RPM stands for R for results, P for purpose, and M stands for map. Or he also kind of goes a bit further and explains that MAP is massive action plan. Now notice that the M, the map, the how to get something comes in the very end. We spoke in the beginning. You first talked about the result. What is my result? What do I really want to achieve? The purpose, why do I want to achieve it? Because when I talk about the why, it allows me to connect with the source, the emotional fuel source that is allowing me to achieve something. The RPM tool is a very powerful tool in that it is a purely achievement tool. It allows you to very practically sit down and clarify what you want to achieve. Why is it important for you? And we already talked about it, but we'll touch on it a little bit today. And then we talk about the mechanics of how to achieve it. If you remember in the first episode, we spoke about the clarity. Clarity, when we achieve a clarity for our dreams, I want to have a relationship. That is very vague. What is a relationship? With who? What kind of person am I after? What kind of values does she have? Or he has? What kind of values am I offering into the mix? And these are very important questions, because this is what clarity. This allows me, when I'm meeting certain people, when I'm going on dates, when I'm mixing with people, I'm learning that what I want and what I don't want. I'm not now open to just anything that comes my way. I'm not going at it in terms of hunger. Please, I just want someone to fill that empty spot in my life. I'm actually after something very constructive in my life, where I'm actually after someone I'm going to add value to their lives, and they're going to add value to mine, and we're going to live this companionship in harmony. So the RPM method would invite you to say, okay, what's the result? Now, if I were to say in relationships, I want a relationship, okay, I'm after someone who is fun, I'm after someone who is trustworthy, someone who is intelligent, able to have interesting ideas. I'm after someone who is adventurous, someone who actually can sit with me and tell me about her adventures. She went there and she discovered that and she got into this trouble and she got out of it this way. one story after another. Our evenings, our days, our holidays are going to be fun because we're going to be talking about things, laughing about things. She's learned from her adventures. She's grown from her adventures. So I'm after someone who's mature, who's not someone who's constantly blaming everyone else for her problems or depending on everyone else to come solve her problems, because that is going to be pressure on me. I'm going to be the daddy in the relationship, and I've done that game before. That's not what I'm after. I don't want to be a daddy. I want an equal in my relationship. So that clarity allows me to create something that otherwise would not exist. Because if I just go and say I'm after a relationship, which is what most people do, then it's desperation. Now imagine if I'm in a date and I'm desperate. My date is going to sense it. And you know who's going to get into a desperate relationship? Someone who is desperate as well. So if I'm clear, someone has to actually be... The people I'm looking for now are a particular percentage of the population. They're very clear who I'm after. I'm not wasting my time just going on a date here and there. I'm actually in mixing with the people of certain quality that will enrich my life, and I know I can enrich and add value to theirs. So the RPM method says, first, result. The result is I'm in a happy relationship. I can maybe, if you remember, there's an episode, a couple episodes back, it's a perfect day meditation. We can use that, okay? I sit down with myself, calm myself, take a few breaths, and think about, okay, what's the result I'm after? A happy relationship, secure, trustworthy, fun, sensual, adventurous, empowering, happy, positive. These are amazing things I'm after. And then I say, why? The P stands for purpose. What is the purpose of that relationship? And that can be like, a lot of people say, well, because I want a relationship. No, but go, why? Why do we ask the question why? Again, we mentioned in another episode, the why is the fuel that allows you to spend the effort, the energy, the resources to invest in what you want. Because if the why is strong enough, you're going to put the equivalent of effort that's going to allow you not only to achieve it, but also achieve it in a very nourishing way. You're going to be achieving it in a way that is empowering and enriching for everyone involved. So if I say my purpose for a relationship, okay, that's funny, I'm talking about relationships, even though this is not about relationships, this is about achievement in general. But my purpose is, I'm looking for a companion. I want to build a family. When I went through my marriage, my previous marriage, I went at it because I wanted a relationship and I did not know who the person I'm after. I did not know why. I just was kind of following what society was telling me. I was following the programming. Oh, you grow, you become a man, you find a wife and you make children and that's it. But unfortunately, these are not enough for a happy relationship. These are enough to start something, but not to continue it, not to sustain it, not to grow it, not at all. And then I ask myself why. I have a purpose in my life. And often when you implement RPM, when you get to the P, you're going to see an overlap in different projects. When you sit down and you say, I want to start a business, you talk about the result. What's the result for my business? The result is I'm employing 10 people. I am having financial freedom. I am able to travel and see the world. I'm able to challenge myself and grow and learn and implement my learning into new ways. And, you can have X, Y, Z, and maybe the purpose, for example, in my coaching business, the result in my coaching business is that I have people who can achieve two things. This is always my 100% goal in any coaching process I go through. One, my clients achieve a connection with themselves better than any time before, deeper than any time before. They're able to really connect with that inner self, with themselves. They get to know who they are and what they really want in life. And number two, they're able to create a life of their own dreams. So these are the results that I look at, and therefore I invest all my energy into these two results. Of course, there are other results, other outcomes that I achieve, but these are the two main ones to make it simple for now. The purpose in my business, coaching, the purpose in my fitness, the purpose in the relationship I'm looking for, you're gonna see a big overlap. The purpose for me is to live a happy life. I want to live life in joy. To live a life where I'm able to love and be loved. This is extremely important for me. The purpose is to guide other people into their miracles. I want a partner, and I want to discover her dreams. I want to make her dreams come true. I want her to be able to truly be happy, to feel that she's been really lucky that she is in a relationship with me. And of course, she's going to have a purpose of her own. And if it's a healthy relationship, there's going to be an overlap. Now, if I go the purpose in my business, I also want my clients to achieve their dreams. The purpose behind this podcast, I want you to have more value in your life. Whether you take what I share with you here, or maybe whether it gets you to think and discover new lessons for yourself, new ways for you to be happier, new ways to get connected with yourself more, new ways for you to achieve more, new ways for you to achieve not only for you, but for the people that you really care about. So you'll see that purpose, whenever you implement the RPM in different aspects of your life, you're gonna see that the purpose, the P part, is gonna overlap. And the purpose, I'm not gonna call it the P part anymore. The purpose here, we talk about, okay, my purpose is a happy relationship, companionship, someone who empowers me to achieve my dreams, and someone who I can empower for her to achieve her dreams. There's a study about happiness. About 10,000 people were surveyed in the US in the 90s to find out what is the mechanics of happiness. The first study was when they kind of looked at people's finances. And they found that people who had more money were happier than those who had less money. And then they thought, money is very much related to happiness. And then another study followed it. I apologize, I can't recall the names of the studies. I need to go back. This is an example that came on the spot. And then a second study came and looked at that because it was really confusing. Money creates happiness? That's strange, maybe. But they went to investigate. And they found it wasn't the money. It was when people had a purpose in life, and whenever they felt they were actually moving towards that purpose, they were happy. And as they were going towards that purpose, because they were happy, they were able to create more security in their life, including financial freedom. So in a sense, money does not create happiness. Money and the security that you create is a result of a much deeper happiness. It's a byproduct. It's not the first product. So if I'm in a relationship where there's true companionship, true enrichment, adventure, sensuality, and achievement, empowering achievement towards purpose, this is really what I'm after in a relationship. And now I don't waste my time looking after relationships that don't give me this. In fact, sometimes you meet some people and there's interest, and as you get to know each other, you're really seeing, is this person empowering me? Am I empowering them? Are we matching? Our purposes, are they matching? Because if not, you're going to be very, very... in fact, I had one earlier this year where we had to say goodbye to each other because we cared about each other, but we knew we were not going to be able to give that to each other. And beautifully, we went on a goodbye date. It was very beautiful, very amicable. There wasn't anger, there wasn't hatred. It was just we knew we wanted different things. And what we wanted this time, it was not the time for it. And then we go into the mechanics. I refer to another episode where we talk about the 80-20 rule. 80 is psychology, 20 is mechanics. When we build the state, the emotional state that allows us to be interactive, moving, resourceful, creative, happy. This is the state from which we're able to create, we're able to do and achieve. And if we're talking about a state where someone is tired, maybe always down, maybe even depressed, always anxious, this is not really a state where we are creating things. So we can, if knowledge was the answer to achievement, then all of us humans would be achieving so much. All we have to do is just go and buy books and follow them, and we're there. But it's not the case. The mechanics of how to achieve something comes in the end. What's very, very important, the clarity and the emotional state that allows you to be resourceful. Now, whether you know how to achieve it or not does not matter. Because if you want something strong enough, hard enough, you're going to go and get it. You're going to discover how. You're going to learn from scratch. You're going to try this. It doesn't work. Oh, okay. Try something else. Try something else. And you learn and you learn and you learn. And with that learning process, you're actually learning how to make you happy, how to get what you want, whenever you want it, however you want it. Now, let me go over it again. We start with the RPM, start with the R. I think about what I want. I create clarity as much as possible on the outcome that I want. Because as I go to it, other distractions will come in the way. And in order for me to get what I want in life, I must have the power to say yes to what I want, to what achieves my result, and I must have the power to say no to the things that are going to pull me away from that purpose. And then I go to the purpose. The purpose is where my energy comes from. Whenever I feel tired, whenever I feel down, and no one is perfect. No one is perfect. I'm a life coach and I have some days where I feel down. But in those days when I don't have energy sometimes, or when I'm like, it's such a drag, all I have to do is really ask myself, why am I doing this? Why am I creating a podcast? Why am I waking up in the morning? Why am I working out? Why am I meditating? If I don't have a strong why, it's not going to make sense. But whenever I get a bit tired, whenever my energy drops, I just think about what I want, why I want it. And when I remember why I want it, and remember how I would feel if I don't get it, then that wakes me up. Something in my system wakes up and says, nope, I'm going to go and get this. And finally, and the easiest one, is the map, the M. The map is, there are different ways where we can do it. We can go deeper into this, but simply put, the map is where you sit down and you list all the ways that are going to get you that purpose. It could be going on dates, in the relationship example. It could be widening my social circle, get into new hobbies, meet new people, maybe sign up to a dating service. There are many, many ways. I don't have to do them all. And here's the magic about the map, the M. You list all the ways that could potentially get you there, even crazy ones, even ones that you probably know I might not do it, but you list them all. And when you list all of them, you pick 20% of them that are going to get you 80% of the result. So we only take the few that are going to get us the most result. Because look, for example, if I say one of the ways to get myself into a relationship is travel, just an example. Now, if I'm going to travel and meet people, I might meet people, yes, and I might meet the potentially right person, but she's going to be in another country and I'm going to be here and this is not going to really work, right? So this might help me achieve the result, but in a very small way. But there's another way. What if I expand my network where I live, if I make more friends, if I get into new hobbies? Now they achieve a lot bigger result than the travel. Nevertheless, I put everything down and I pick the most effective for me. And then you pick the most effective and the most exciting for you. So now, not only do you have a clear target, not only do you know why, you have a few options of how you can get there, and you're going to get the stuff that is most fun, most exciting, most empowering for you. And this is where the magic happens. Because although we started in this way, and sometimes what we get is different what we expected, however, the path there is where life really exists. In Path to Kingdom, we create an image of the kingdom that we want. But you know where kingdom is? It's not in the destination. It's in the journey. Because we pick the ways to travel there that are most true to us, that speak to our hearts the most, that express us the most, that excite us the most. I hope that this episode had added value to you today, that got you to think of some ways how you can progress your life forward, how you can really live a life of true miraculous dreams for you. And I hope it will give you clarity on simple ways that you can do today. Just sit with yourself. Today, we can actually now see visually of where you can go. And the RPM isn't only achieved in big projects. You can have an RPM of how you can get relationship. And let's say one of the ways is get into new hobbies. Okay, I can also make an RPM on how I can get new hobbies. Maybe I want to get into a dance class. Now it's the Corona time. I don't know how dancing lessons would work on Zoom, but there are things that I can sit and work and get visual on what I can do to get there. And I don't have to do everything. I only have to do that a very little bit that give me the biggest result. And when I get that, I can start to increase the quality of that result. I wish you a great day and a great morning or great evening, wherever you are. And thank you for investing this time here. Click on the link below if you want to learn more. Book a clarity session if this is something that will add value to you. And my team will add a link there where you can click on it, connect with us, share with us some of your dreams. And also when you click on that link and send us your email, we're gonna send you a tool that allows you to implement the RPM method. Until next episode, stay royal and have a good day.